Well, it hasn't been longer than 2 months since Sony decided to do something stupid, and
No,
we're
here
here
we
to
go.
talk about Spider-Man 4 because Sony has decided allegedly that just make No Way Home 2.
I mean, of course, it's it's obvious. Of course, you're going to do that, right?
Like they're
You
gonna
just
fully go
made
through
like
with
the
it.
biggest Spider-Man movie ever made, and everyone loves it. Apart from
Yeah.
what people on Twitter want you to
What's
believe.
if they go through with it? Like, what is it gonna be about?
Who cares?
Uh,
It's got Toby and Andrew in it.
yeah, that's all people want, honestly.
Oh, come on, man!
We have
Yeah,
a villain that hasn't been seen in live action. There you go. That's what it's going to be about.
It's gonna be
I can't.
multiversal Scorpion, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean,
I can't. Oh,
I
that's
wouldn't
the
hate it.
worst.
I wouldn't hate it. I'm just saying right now, I wouldn't.
And watch, Sony's going to be like, no, you got to add Vulture and address that he met Morbius, and he's got to team up with Scorpion in the MCU, and we're also going to bring back Rhino. We're just going to use the villains we didn't bring back last time in this one. And what can Marvel Studios say? They can't say no because then they lose the character. Like, that's exactly what happened with the last deal. You know, it's like, oh, Sony. Like, how about this? Interim stop Spider-Man 4 grounded personal story involving street level heroes like we all want, and then at the end tease another multiverse and make Spider-Man 5 one, but don't force it into the next one. Like, that's so counterintuitive to everything we set up with No Way Home. That would undo No Way Home for me, honestly, because it's like, oh, they're just back. Oh, cool, let's do this again. Because then what does that mean for the next film? Again, you got to repeat because more money. Like, it becomes diminishing returns at one point where it's just going to be like, oh, Andrew and Toby are back again.
So if you
Yay.
have to do it, don't bring back Andrew and Toby. Just do the Spider-Verse crossover.
Yes, 100%. 100%. That's the
Just
way.
Bring in a Miles, bring in a Gwen, bring in what's his face who plays Peter Parker in that, or Peter B. Parker in that movie.
Yep.
Jake Johnson, whatever he's called. Right. Bring those lot in. Go on from there.
Uh-huh.
Because then you can kind of... You can do something interesting with that Miles and MCU Peter.
Oh, you could. 100%. Yeah. 100%. Like, it's... I think I understand why Sony would want it, but again, I think like you, I'm leaning on the just use the Spider-Verse characters, bring them into live action, and then go with that. And then down the road, you can make an even bigger whole live action Spider-Verse film, but introduce that concept here because it sounds so creatively bankrupt to want to go back to that. And the fact that some people are saying it's not, it's like, but you're saying the MCU is creatively bankrupt with this, but not that. No, this is the most creatively bankrupt Spider-Man story you could possibly do again. It's just nothing
this
there.
This is Dan Slott going back to Spider-Verse before he gets off Spider-Man again.
Yep. That's exactly how it is, I think, and that's unfortunate, but
especially when you know they're going to meet again in Secret Wars. Like, let's not do it again. Like,
exactly.
You don't have to do it so close together.
Right. It's just, I don't know, like, and we also had that announcement recently, you know, a couple times. Sony has teased every time they're talking about Beyond the Spider-Verse, they keep mentioning, well, don't worry, because Miles Morales live action, it's going to happen. It's like, all right, that's still a Sony project. So it's that gets me worried.
Still can look how that's going.
Yeah.
But I think that's more on Amazon. But
I also remember they're making El Muerto still, so that's
they are. They don't have anybody.
Yep, it's coming.
I'll believe that when I see it. That's just
same. Yep. So I don't know, to kind of like just settle on this whole Spider-Man thing. I want at least one film that's just Peter in the MCU again, like Spider-Man Homecoming with MCU, you know, moments and characters that appear in it. 5, I would also want something akin to that. But if we can't get it, do that, because then eventually they still got to deal with the symbiote in the MCU, and Sony's going to push that for whatever the next film is after Spider-Man 4. So they're kind of stuck listening to Sony's bad ideas. Like,
I mean, it's the thing, right? How much of an input does Sony actually have with those Spider-Man movies?
Yeah, I would assume
none of them ever felt like a Sony movie.
Yeah, that is true.
There's never any really a Sony idea in there.
Outside of, hey, Venom needs to show up and be sitting in a bar and then be zapped back like that.
I mean, yeah.
That's the only moment.
But then you could say quite easily that, Sony wanted Venom in there. Marvel's like, okay, like we'll put him in there. Don't you worry. Trust us.
Right, yeah.
You get that right. Like it's what Raimi should have done with Spider-Man 3, but
well.
But I don't know. I don't think you're gonna have No Way Home 2 straight off the bat. I don't think they're gonna go that
hope
hard,
not.
that fast again.
I hope not, but I don't trust Sony anything Spider-Man level-headed or let cooler heads prevail, because all Tom Rothman now, all he's seeing is, hey, if I make another $2 billion hit, I stay as CEO and get myself another, $80 million bonus at the end of the year, like he did the last time. So it's like, Rothman.
It's always white guys and money.
Always. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting story to follow. Don't get me wrong, I'm excited for more Spider-Man, but I just want more Spider-Man street level Spidey. And what gets me wrong, like what rubs me wrong about this is that we spent the first 2 Spider-Man films in the MCU with the think pieces and the video essayists being like, MCU Spider-Man bad because Spider-Man should always be working alone and nobody should help him. Suddenly, No Way Home, they're like, oh, flip-flop on that one. It's perfect. And now they're like, no, we want this. We want more of this. It's like, it's counterintuitive to the argument you had for the first 2 films. Like, it's just complain about
It's always how it goes.
Always. It's just a pattern. It's a repeating it's like a mental illness at this point. I can't explain it, It's like me with Madam Web, the greatest film this year.
What, mental illness?
Yeah, exactly. I clearly have some sort of mental illness being excited for that film. So,
Someone get this man some therapy, please.
That's where I'm going right after this. I got to go check in.
Is that how you can dodge a draft? Can I get out a subscription with that?
I like Madam Web. Oh, he's clearly insane.
Sorry, boys, I can't go. Why not? I have Madam Web tickets. Oh, sorry.
Oh, this guy's going to shoot his own troops. Don't let him in.
You need to show up with Madam Web merch all over.
What merch?
I'll do it.
You can make it at home, man.
Make it at home because they ain't making it.
Show up in a shirt, pants, get a popcorn bucket. There you go.
I mean, what's like more degenerate, like in Madam Web or buying that Dune popcorn bucket?
That's
because we all know Americans are someone's putting the.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Someone's getting stuck in the middle of the fucking theater.
100%.
Because like one of the employees is gonna wonder why this guy wanted a half-filled bucket of butter.
Oh man. Well, speaking of butters of popcorn, Madam Web releases in like 2 weeks. Absolutely nobody's going to see that film, so we'll talk about that box office and its effects on Spider-Man.
I know 3 people that have brought tickets, and those 3 people have all said they are literally the only ones in the theaters.
I haven't even checked, and quite honestly, I don't need to because I know I'll be able to get any seat I want the day it opens. Just like with Aquaman and the Marvels, nobody was there for either one. So, yeah,
the Marvels deserve better than that.
Yes, they do.